Good.
Welcome to the castle. You're faithful, you're a traitor. There comes Alan coming. One of you must go, and we'll see you later. You're a traitor.
Well, good evening and welcome to our penultimate of Tally the Votes, Traitors Edition. With me tonight is a lady I would always save a seat for. Carousel be damned. Hey, Christy.
Hi, Jamie. I got back into my library, so I'm feeling a little more cozy this week. Found that
Oh.
pesky key, Sometimes you lock yourself out. It's what blondes do. It's fine. It's fine.
You mean the charger?
Thank God.
The charger?
The charger. It is the special key.
I mean...
And also with me tonight is a man who not only keeps the grounds and manages the jury, but he has become the Johnny to my Tara, my fellow Olympic announcer, my favorite fellow figure skating fan. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Jamie, what's up? And can we just give a big shout out from our podcast, and we're nobodies, but let's just say we officially want Alyssa Liu on Traitors next year. We had figure skaters this year. Let's get the gold. Let's start the gold figure skater path to Traitordom. Let's get Alyssa on Traitors.
She can
And the Canadian curler with the finger.
Oh,
so they can fight, right?
Yes.
She can ride the wave, right? Because they film in the summer, right?
Yep.
So a couple months from now when they're
like in June.
Yeah, it'd be perfect timing. Good.
Do her little tour, her stars on ice, and then slide right into the Traitors cast.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
And Jamie, you're Rachel Riley analog, the girl from is it Amber? Is that
Amber,
her name?
Yeah.
Amber, we could have her and Alyssa. We could have another figure skating pair to be on Traitors.
Amber feels really Rachel coded. I'm just saying, I think we could have a really interesting round table with these girls.
Nice.
But let's go back to the very beginning of what we're doing here today instead of jumping a year ahead of time. But we're talking about Olympic Games.
Well,
speaking about games,
here we go.
Let me introduce a real player, a champion, a gold star king of the carnies. It's our guy, David. Hey, David. I didn't forget about you.
That was a lot more tame than after last week, I was ready for it.
God, he lives to be just demolished every week. He's a glutton for punishment.
Come on over to my house. I'll happily shit on you. And ruin your
you know what? Allow me to institute my one rule. I'm gonna do David's intro. We're gonna rewind, and I'm gonna do David's intro.
All right.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
You ready? Straight from Milan Cortina, the man who put emo in schemo. It's David Gott.
Oh, I never thought we'd get a schemo David Venn diagram, and yet there is some layover.
I mean, it is the Olympics are adjacent since our favorite dynamic duo are crazy kids over there, the Tara and Johnny are having fun over there. It's been I've watched way more Olympics this year than I had originally planned, and I've been very happy.
So it worked.
Just saying.
You're telling me that what the producers planned worked.
The whole peacock of it really worked.
I have seen so very little. I saw the ladies winning goal in overtime on ESPN, and I saw the curler with the finger, and that is the extent of my Olympic experience this year.
Well, let me tell you, you have missed some of the most dramatic dramas on ice that we have seen in many an Olympic. It has been 10 years from now, 15 years from now, someone's going to get the rights, and there's going to be a mini-series.
I mean, it's not going to be Ice Castles level.
No,
but it's gonna.
But it's not going to be like Kerrigan Galooly,
No, but you know what's going to happen? On one side, you're going to feel really low. You're going to feel so low. You're going to feel as low as you can go as a fan. and then a week later, at the end of the entire story, you are gonna skyrocket to space.
Wow.
You're so high and so happy. I'm telling you, it's been a real roller coaster. I'm glad that we've been able to see it. It's been really fun getting to see Tara and Johnny, like having the juxtaposition of this game next to their commentary in the Olympics.
And their TikToks are outstanding.
They're fantastic, right?
I'm just sorry. They're unreal funny.
Like I had already seen both of them commentating leading up to the Olympics, like when they were having all of over the last year or so, the competitions leading up and to this. And so I already knew they were going to be fun based on that here in the Traitors, the show we're here to talk about tonight. And
I'm sorry, is that what we're talking about?
We are. And this week was a carnival ride. Absolutely.
Literally a carousel, if you will.
I mean, it was up and down. It was kind of roller coastery though, also. Like
a little bit.
I got a little scared.
I got
a little
okay.
A competition where I've never seen production so blatantly provide advantage to two individuals.
Well, we're gonna get to that because I'm just like super curious on all these different levels, and I want to know if you guys are too. Before we jump to the challenge of all of this, let's just start out at breakfast. First and foremost, I would love to tip my hat at the producers yet again and say you gave us and writers, you gave us an entire episode where you knew Rob wasn't going to get any votes. He was fine. He wasn't going to get any votes, but my God, did you make us believe that his ass was cooked? Good job.
Did. Shoo. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be very much fun, right? You have to think like, oh my gosh.
You need a little excitement. Yeah. What's it going to be? What are we going to get here?
It just more makes him look like the mastermind.
But right at breakfast, he's feeling it, right? He's starting to feel a little guilty, and I had
forgotten. I'm going to say I forgot that the way they were killing somebody was a Jack in the Box. I'd totally
forgot it too.
Until we started watching it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. It's a Jack in the Box.
And we got like a half a second to remember it because we got the most like unexciting clip of Kristen opening
previously on.
Like, not the peak of suspense in that.
But I will want to point out that we were all correct. That was our prediction. And I have to assume, had Brian not been experiencing physical technical difficulties, he would have also predicted Kristen going home. Because we got some comments on some of our socials where everyone was saying it was going to be Nat.
She would have been a good choice. It's not that it wouldn't have been an appropriate choice given what they've been dealing with, but they know who is going to be the smartest cookies in the bunch.
The key on this point was she was on to Eric, and if you didn't kill her, she was going to be more risky. That was why she was the proper pick.
Kristen made it clear.
Ideal is if she would have killed Eric, and then he would have recruited her. That could have been a move.
I think Kristen would have made a good traitor. Yes, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then no one would have suspected her because she had just fingered the traitor.
But the way she goes out, if you watch the recap at the beginning of this episode when they go back and run through, they always do let's talk through the options.
Yeah.
Rob brilliantly plays up Eric's paranoia and says, Kristen sure has been talking about you a lot, and we could do that, but it could put some stink on you. It could be big advantage or big loss. And then he does what he's done so many times. He backs off and lets Eric guide where they go. And when they get to Kristen, Kristen doesn't point back at Rob, but does point back at Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not smart
it's smart to let them have the reins. I mean, it's worked for him with the other traders, but also don't you think there's like a little part of it
because he didn't give
right. Well, he drops it when it's appropriate for him and he has something to gain out of it. But I also think that another way that it helps him a little bit is like if it's not him that writes the name down, I feel like he can convince himself to look less guilty. Just to himself. You know, it's easier to walk around with a lie if you're not.
I think that's part of his play like a faithful.
Yeah.
That's part of his play like a faithful feeling.
Yeah. I still think his play would have been, okay, you know what? You write down whoever you want. I'm not even going to look. And he just turns away and doesn't, you know. So he literally is as shocked as everyone else.
He just sits in the corner, shoving eggs down his throat.
Chicken.
Giant eggs.
Or salmon.
God, no, I mean, like, how many shots have we had of him just like a whole egg? Just
they're good for you, obviously.
I mean, you know, but this is the thing. You know, okay. You
know what swallows an egg whole?
A
snake.
A snake does.
They also lay
you know what?
eggs, so it's a
also Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
And Rocky.
Right.
Listen, he's a really, really nice looking man. He's an attractive
and Cool Hand
man.
Luke. Cool Hand Luke swallowed
when
an egg.
When he eats those eggs, he gets a little, I don't know, for me, it's just a slightly less attractive because like what goes in must come out. And I don't know if you ever been around somebody who's had an egg or two, but they are stinky when they think they're letting a secret one slide. I'm just saying, there's no way he is not crop dusting.
This has been flatulent talk.
No,
Jamie.
Listen, that hot ass man is crop dusting that entire fucking.
You know what?
I did not think man was going to follow hot ass there after what you just said, but
I feel like he is cute, but he's not normally. He's kind of so laid back cute that there doesn't seem to be much there. If I wouldn't have, yes, it is. It's my time. But I think that if we hadn't seen him play this game and seen the brain in work, he wouldn't be as cute.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's very like casual. He's casual cute, right?
Yeah, he could have been boring cute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're all right. You know,
like yeah.
Like a statue.
That's why I said you know what? It turns out I really like him on Traitors, but I do not think I would have liked him on Big Brother. I just wouldn't.
Although now we might.
Maybe, but you know, I always get afraid when we get this like this cookie cutout of a player who just decides that they're just gonna like shack up with the hot girl. And then it's just a showmance, and the game just kind of goes sideways. And it's
So that makes me want to ask a question. If this was Big Brother, are Rob and Maura hooking up, or is Maura into Rob and Rob isn't into her?
That's the feeling I get. That she's more into him than he is into her.
Okay.
But
I think it would start out that way, but boredom and there being nobody else around to sidetrack one always leads to that exact scenario. Still ends up in a showmance.
If Rob isn't into Maura, then he was into Colton. So
I'm not saying that he's not into her.
That would have been way more interesting.
She's literally every man's type.
Okay, I'm just saying.
She's very beautiful. She has an amazing accent. My husband was laughing when she was running around this carnival, and he's like, her accent is so strong that you almost think she's faking it. it's like so.
She makes the Dairy Girls sound like they're from the South.
yes, exactly. So when we're at breakfast, there's a few things that happen. One, Rob just cannot seem to get used to the sound of someone knocking on the door. It startles the hell out of him every time, and I'm okay with that. Watching a jumpy person is way funner than being the jumpy person. But we had a few things happen at breakfast, a few conversations shortly after breakfast. First of all, everyone was like really seemed bummed out and sullen at breakfast, knowing that Kristen was murdered. Is this a because Kristen is murdered situation, or is this just that they all are starting to feel like their time is coming?
Yeah, I think we're getting to the pointy end of the game.
Yes.
And
if it was Australian TV, they'd be like, this is the pointy end of the game.
Pointy end. And there's just a couple of them there, and they don't know what to do, and they're all kind of clueless and just want someone good to be there to lead them. And I'm sure some of them were looking at Kristen for that.
Well, and Tara kind of thinks, hey, maybe it's Rob. And Natalie is kind of like, hey, why am I still here? Somebody's protecting me. It's got to be Rob. And then in comes cutie patootie Mark, and he goes, no, it's not Rob. It must be Eric. And this whole group, it's like, you guys have been saying their names. They say both of their names multiple times, and then they sit down at the round table, and they do not put down Eric or Rob.
Right.
Rob could literally walk up to somebody and to Maura and say, I'm a traitor. And Maura would go, I can't believe Johnny's a traitor.
Yeah.
She would too.
Yeah.
I feel like the only person besides that hasn't been spoken about now, the only person is Mark. Like, no one has said Mark, but
That's
there are
true.
people who have said Tara. There are people who said Johnny. They've said Rob and Eric. No one said Maura either. That's okay. To be fair, Mark and Maura are the two that no one. Yeah.
Sadly, I fear Mark's time is done on this show.
Yeah,
he seems the logical choice.
It looks like it's gonna be him. And it's really a disappointment.
And Rob's made the logical choice every week.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed getting to know Mark in the last 2 episodes, because we really didn't get much of him before that. But I don't know. I've enjoyed his presence. Damn, that man can dance and he can dress.
Something bothers me about him. I think it's the fact that I'm jealous of his hair.
I
really do.
Like so much, and I'm like, there's no way
I didn't have that much hair when I had hair.
Yeah, and it's like curled. Do you think he does like the wash it in the ice water? Like,
I don't know. I don't know, but he's got the side all shaved. Is it both sides or just one side? So he has like that much less hair than he would have if that wasn't shaved, and still it's so much. So that's why I wonder, has he got some extensions? See, like a weave going on in there, maybe a little bit. Just saying.
It's a lot of hair, and it's all very healthy looking. It's got the salt and pepper thing going on.
Well, the thing about Mark that I found interesting this episode was, I don't think the show had done a great job showing us how much of an alliance he had with Kristen, and how he sort of spun out when she got taken out. That he sort of looked and said, everybody else sort of has someone, and now I don't.
Well, no, he thinks he has Rob still.
Yeah, but he
knows that Maura has a stronger.
Yeah, he started the episode, I think, more thinking that than he did at the end.
Yeah, and I think unwittingly, again, like whether this is a great gameplay or luck, like of all the duos left to figure them out, like Mark and Kristen probably were the sharpest duo left as far as gameplay. And by getting rid of her, it really sort of set Mark on this journey where by the end of the night, like he was looking at Natalie and not at Rob anymore.
Yeah, there was a lot of conversations to get everyone's head to swivel on Natalie. And it was interesting because Tara and Natalie were really, really solid, but Johnny is ultimately Johnny is the one who kind of caused most of the disrest of what was happening, without maybe intentionally doing so, but he couldn't 100% buy into the vote that it was Rob. Like he just couldn't do it, which is interesting because he says to Tara, like, we can't trust anybody. We can't trust ourselves. And you're right. You're right, sweetheart. You cannot trust yourself.
But honestly, with people zeroing in on, because there's not that many people, you're going to end up talking about everybody now. I mean, who else do you have? But with people zeroing in on Rob and Eric this episode, it just seemed like at the end, how did Tara? I think she just really flubbed it. Do you know what I mean?
At the round table, she did, but then I think her real emotional reaction, I think, took a lot of the sauce off her at the end.
No, but between her and Natalie, they could not have helped the Traitors more.
Well, Natalie had a point, but she sure didn't express it well.
But I want to defend Natalie for a second, and I'm sorry, Jamie, if you wanted to. Like, Natalie did something that I'm so thrilled to see her do, and in the end, it hurt her, but it shouldn't have. When she started the day with Tara being like, "What's up with us?" Like, I thought we were cool. Are we cool? She does a check-in with Tara to see where they are. Mm-hmm. And coming out of that conversation, Tara is like, I don't think she's a traitor anymore. Mm-hmm. And like, it plays really against Natalie's type. Natalie pulls back on being aggressive and being confrontational. And really, this whole episode muted herself to not be the Natalie that was threatening to everybody around her.
Oh, even in the challenge when she went out of her way to help Moira, like intentionally knowing she needed to start creating allies fast.
I need to be able to sway these people.
Yeah.
And they all know that Moira will not be swayed from Rob anyway, though.
And as Natalie does, she makes some really good points to everybody she's talking to. I mean, I understand that our viewpoint is that of knowing everything that's going on. But if you're sitting in that car with her and she's breaking down these points, she's right. Everything she's saying is right. And having that be her discussion at the round table ultimately should have made people jump on board. I think that some of the issue is the lack of confidence that Tara has in her own instinct. But Natalie, I feel like she missed a moment. Like, awesome that she stood up for herself at that round table. She did. She called her out and she's like, hey, you know, like everybody was, I had the numbers. What the hell? This is stupid. Again, she's not wrong. But if she would have Tara and even Johnny, because Tara and Johnny are one person vote at this point.
If they still have a dagger.
All she had to do is repeat what she said in that car to Tara. Just look at her and go, these are the points that we made. You said this and this. You were 100% right. Your instinct is good. And I think that everyone would have written Rob's name down.
Natalie didn't play the one move most faithful have used in the past. And if you watch this show and you guys know what it is, she should have said, let's take out Rob. And if I'm wrong, vote me out next week because I'm a faithful.
Because that's a put your money where your mouth is kind of thing, right?
You know? I think the gamers are having a little trouble because Big Brother players and Survivor players are used to a lot more time to assess the people, and they're spending more time together. And this, they're only together when they're in the castle, when they're filming, and then they're in their hotel rooms and they're sequestered. And so I don't think this game is lending to her skill set the way
I do believe that would play a big part in it. Also, you know, think about it. You're a Survivor player, you're Big Brother, you're coming into this game. You're in game mode. You've already played a big game. You've already been on TV playing a game. You've already made mistakes and made right moves in front of the world. You're getting into this castle. You're instantly in go mode. Let's game. But the other half of the cast has no idea what they're doing for at least like 2 or 3 days. They don't even recognize that they're playing a game.
Well, and a third of the cast really just wants airtime. Let's be honest. The housewives don't care if they win or lose.
So I mean, have you ever? Do you know what it is? It's like the very first time you sit down to play, you know, checkers or a board game or a card game with a young person, with a kid. The first time you're going, we're going to play this game and here are the rules. And then I do this and then you're expected to do this. But it takes them a while. They don't understand the concept of this, like, let's take turns. I make a move, you make a move, and then you make a move. So it's like playing cards with, you know, a bunch of kindergartners for the first day or two until they kind of learn how to play the game.
Listen, I think that everything went wrong for Tara and Natalie. But what I'm saying, I don't think that they meant to do what they did, but what everything they did was perfect for the Traitors, because I thought they're
Oh,
getting
no
looked at,
question.
and you're like, what are the odds that all the little things would fall in? I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is
all he
somehow
had to
Rob
do
doing
is sit
this?
back.
Or
I
he's
mean,
just the
honestly,
luckiest son of a gun ever. If so, as soon as this is done, take his butt to Vegas, somebody.
No kidding. I mean, we've looked, his winning strategy has been, and I don't think it's accidental. I mean, sometimes like this, it just falls into his lap. But his winning strategy is just to sit back and let the rest of them do it.
Yes.
That's all he has to do.
And drop a fork. That's it. That's all he has to do.
Occasionally he takes a drink of water.
He jumps in with the numbers to say, hey, I'm a faithful too. And here's the little part I want to add as to why they're a traitor.
Right.
Yep.
But Tara did, I mean, not trusting herself. She really did Nat dirty, but to everybody else, isn't this set up perfectly to now to go, did you guys not see what Tara did to Natalie at the round table? Tara is, no, that reaction, dude, why did she set him up?
That reaction was so over the top. It's clearly traitorous. It's easy.
Because if they were to, if what Nat said was true and they were talking all day long about voting for Rob, and then Tara comes in here and votes for her, and Johnny does too. Like, there's your two traitors, and now they won't know because they don't have to say if they're faithful or traitor. I think they might be able to get those two out, and it's game over.
Do you know why? Do you know why Rob is so lucky? Here's another thing that I thought about and I put in my notes. If Mark is in the car with Tara, Johnny, and Natalie, he is able to tell the narrative that yes, Natalie told the truth. And Tara and Johnny were on that and backstabbed her, because he's not. There's nobody else to say that's what happened.
Exactly.
Now, I do have a question. At one point, Tara was saying, but is tonight the right time to go after Rob? Because he has this extra vote, because he has the dagger. Like, we don't really have the numbers, or we're really going to have to fight to get the numbers. Is tonight the right night to do it? Maybe we shouldn't do it tonight. Maybe he should be next.
But so Nat was right.
Well,
Nat
and that's actually strategically,
but then
that's strategically super smart.
But they had nobody else at that point. I think talked about Rob.
I think both women did. I mean, like, if they stood their ground on what their defense on that was, I think they both had really good points. My question is, though, was Tara being like, about this time because she really was like, no, Rob's next?
I think Johnny talked her out of it, because you remember in the car, they talk about the dagger, and Johnny says, maybe this isn't the right time. And since they're in such lockstep, like, I think that gives her enough doubt to think it's not the right time. Then Natalie gets mad, and of course brings back all the past with Tara, and they just, shoot at each other and completely overlook Rob.
And I have to say, I get that there's going to be beef in these games, but Natalie, you were so paranoid and so fast to jump every single time there was an option to jump and look paranoid. She did. So Tara going, I don't know, like, that feels weird, maybe you're the traitor, was not a personal thing on her whatsoever. Unfortunately, I just wish that Tara could have been like, every single time there was something to be paranoid about, it was you trying to beat my ass to get the elixir. Like, what else am I supposed to think? Like, of course, but you're a lovely person, blah, blah, blah.
No doubt.
I think that if Natalie did not want anybody to banish her, I think all she had to do was stand up at that round table and show off her guns, because
wow, yes,
that woman has some beautiful arms.
Strapless dress.
No, she looks good.
She really
so much muscle in there, and I'm like, she's gonna be able to beat anyone's ass at this table she wants. She should really just say, listen, if you try to banish me, I'm gonna be waiting out in the parking lot for you, and I'm gonna beat your ass.
But just for a quick second, let's go back and talk about Tara's point about, is it time? Knowing he has the dagger, let's say you are 100% certain Rob's a traitor. He has 2 votes, and another traitor. He has 3 votes. He has Maura and Mark. Only one of them can be a traitor. The man has 4 votes.
Correct.
There's only 7 people left.
The problem they had, and where they should have adjusted, is when they tried to pull in Mark into that conversation, and Mark wasn't sold on the idea of going after it. At that point, you just don't have the numbers.
You abandoned. Well, and the only
but he frankly didn't need Mark. He could have lost Mark.
But then who are they going to vote for? They weren't going to vote. They didn't want to vote for Natalie. Natalie's not going to vote for herself. There's no more option. That's where they were at. It's like they were going to shoot their shot too late. They're just, they don't have the numbers in you. They just don't have it.
I think Natalie played what a strategic player does. And that is like, look, every day you wait, is a chance for it to fall apart.
If you let Boston Rob stick around, he's going to get allies, and he's going to vote you out.
Right.
Yeah.
Get him out in the first vote.
I think if Johnny could have not been blinded by Rob, because he's like, oh, I can't even look at him. He's so cute. Didn't he say that? I can't even look at him. Oh my God, he's so hot. I can't even look at him, or something like that.
He's like an eagle, Christy. He's like an eagle.
But
floating across the sky.
But now I got distracted. But like, maybe they could have talked to Mark, and you're right, if he'd been in the car. So maybe that's production kind of keeping them separated for a more dramatic effect. But yeah, there was no way, because they could have been a solid 3, but who are they going to pull in? They didn't even have the numbers, and they didn't even realize, like, there's no way. It doesn't matter if you help Mara get a seat at the challenge. She's not. Sorry.
Well, I mean, down here in the South, we've referred to that as a tight spot, and they certainly did find themselves in one. I don't know. What do you think with this challenge? I mean, they brought in quite a bit of money, like that. They actually, I think that this is the most they've earned for a hot minute in a challenge, and they're up to like 180,800 or something like that. That's what the pot's at.
This one was like 26 just in it, wasn't it?
Who was it? Somebody got a 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
It was a female. I just can't remember who it was, but $5,000 in one. The production's like, we need this pot to get bigger fast. This is not an impressive win. We need more money in there now. But I loved the having to. I loved the fact that they were given just like, here's the rules. This is ultimately how you get your shield or you get your money, but then kind of kept that, oh, by the way, there's going to be 1 or 2 less seats when you get back. Just because it did give us a little moment of Alan coming, get to be like a villain, in his own game. And but Rob was pretty pissed about the whole thing. Was he pissed, or was he doing bad acting?
How did you not see that coming?
No, I think it's BS that they didn't. Why would you not give that as part of in each round? So with the why not say that at the beginning?
He said the rules said whoever's on the carousel at the end gets the shield. Mm-hmm. That says right there's only one. So they should have known. It was obvious to me. I was surprised they were surprised.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think that some of them were surprised and some of them were like, oh, of course. But Maura, surprised. She's always surprised.
Can we talk about the fundamental unfairness of the contest, of getting 5 of the contestants super dizzy and letting the other 2 move a dummy for 1 second?
Well, I really do want to know. I scoured the internet for this. I don't know if any of you scoured them. I cannot find the reason why they were medically exempt.
Oh, well, I mean, Tara herself, she could have had, maybe she has some sort of neck thing,
I read some speculation and completely unsubstantiated.
She could be pregnant. We don't know.
No, it was IVF. It was a speculation. That she was trying to get pregnant. Now, I don't know if that's true. It was literally a Facebook comment. So take that with a total grain of salt.
Let's say you had any problem with your back or your neck or anything. I'm going to guess there would have been already something in your thing saying, I can't do G-force or I can't,
So
whatever.
Christy, what you're saying is you really wanted to see Donnie Kelsey on that thing going around?
It would have been amazing.
Poor lady.
I miss Mama Donna.
Guys, that wouldn't have that been fun? Like, we're gonna pull in a surrogate, and it's not a dummy. It's like a player who's been banished, or I don't know. I like it. Just because of the opportunity to just glare at each other and throw daggers.
Here's my question, and like you can choose not to go for the money. Couldn't one of them just been like, I'm not going for a bear. I'm just staying in the chair.
I'm just gonna sit here in my chair. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that.
I know you. I thought he said you can't get in the chair without a bag. That was one of the rules.
Oh, did he say that?
He did.
If he did, I missed that. But my thought was like.
But I mean, like, did he say you have to vacate your chair?
Well, he said you can't get in the chair. I'm sure he would have said, unless you have a bag, you can't stay in the chair.
Now, do you guys think that Rob was actually like pissed, or was he bad acting like Natalie said? I kind of think he was a little pissed, guys. I don't know that he was acting.
No, when these challenges happen, he really does try to help get the money.
Mm-hmm. He's in go mode.
Well, and the other thing is if he walks away with the shield, he's now out of danger, and nobody votes for him.
Yeah, he didn't want any of them to have the shields. That was a big thing. Eric, also, also noted that we don't want any of them.
Eric with the super advantage power won.
Well, they had to unbuckle their dummy. That's probably harder than just unbuckling yourself, honestly. It's not like any of them were going to beat anybody to those stuffed animals as it was.
I mean, I agree with Daryl, who's just popped in. I think he's right. I think he was both mad and acting. I think that's correct.
Because
he was
Rob
mad acting, not bad acting.
Rob always has all his bases covered.
And he also said Rob was mad because he didn't want the faithful to get a shield, and I'm sure that's true.
100%. Yeah.
And he also agrees with Johnny.
Hot Rob. I mean,
Rob.
He is. It's difficult to watch him. Yeah, I think it was funny that when they started, like Tara did not do the carousel part, but that there were 3 people who spin all the time, 2 dancers and 2 figure skaters and a
Tara
dancer.
Was just this last week. She was showing.
In fairness, she's been retired for a long time, hasn't she?
Yes,
but
I
literally
like
just this week on the Olympics, she was on the ice, like interviewing and talking to the cameras and showing how to do some of these spins. So she doesn't have vertigo at the moment, but I mean, this was,
but it's not a vertigo thing.
Yeah.
See,
it could have been a thing in June that it doesn't exist.
Well, then
now.
That's sad. Then maybe her IVF probably didn't work, and she has to wait.
Well, Johnny did say that there was a lot of journeying through that. That's part of the bonding of their friendship.
Yeah, but I just thought that was funny, like the way that Mark sat there with his legs all up tucked and just like trying to find his most zen moment. Because I'm sure there's tricks when you spin a lot, your body kind of has to be able to recover faster, right? Or
sure. Yeah,
it becomes normal.
Well, speaking of spinning a lot, we need to take a 5-second break for a commercial. And while they are spinning their sails, you guys just sit back on this carousel, and we'll be right back with you in a couple seconds.
That was like the most professional transition I've ever heard in podcasting.
Once a year, there's a gold nugget. Just once a year. It's the week of the golds, guys. We're good. Olympics.
So I'm going to be honest. I didn't love this challenge at all. I thought the other challenges offered more risk reward, that you could do something, but it could put you out there. And I thought this was just sort of like, if you picked the right stuffed animal and got lucky, you got back on the carousel. And now it did, of course, have the drama that Eric is in the final 2, and we already know he could be on the chopping block. And by getting a shield, he helps to divert some attention from himself as a possible traitor. But I didn't love this challenge that much.
I mean, the spinning thing was cool.
Season 1, right?
Usually, when there's a challenge where there's a shield there, like you said, the risk reward, it would have been like, okay, if you come over here and pull one of these stuffed animals, you're gonna get a money bag, and maybe those were like whatever. If you want to go for the shield, it's over in this other area, and you have to like dig through the ball pit, whatever. You know what I mean? Something different.
Yeah.
So that
So
you risk taking longer to get back.
It's like the
And
Big
everybody
Brother
sees
and
you do it.
Survivor.
And
like,
everybody sees you do it. Yep.
Yeah, it's like the Big Brother Survivor risk or reward, where it's like you can either get safety or you can get this reward, or you can have the something set up.
I think
like
they
that.
should have done it like that. Yeah.
I do like that all the stuffed animals were apparently stinky and gross.
You know why?
They're outside stuffed animals.
Yeah.
They're rolling around in the moor, you know.
My favorite part was Tara trying to open the bear, and here comes Nat. Rip.
Yeah.
Just like it was tissue paper.
Right. It's just
she will mess a bear up.
Taking her time to kill him and then hauling ass to the next one. Yeah,
like,
that was good.
The way it's rains there, and the way it's very moist in the morning.
Moist.
Sorry. I bet you that I had that set up, and they probably just start to it's like South Florida. It's so humid. Whatever you put outside is eventually going to get moist.
It's gonna rot. It's gonna rot away.
You should see my stinky chairs on the Chase lounges in my backyard. They're not good.
It's not,
and they're only like 6 months old, and they're gonna have to be thrown away
already. Yeah,
they have their own they have their own biosphere growing.
So they're
the raccoon very much likes them.
So that Highlands of Scotland, they're kind of like rainforesty, aren't they? Kind of. So
they are.
It's like that moistness.
If you watch the first season of Outlander, which I'm rewatching for like the millionth time, they're always walking around with damp hair. You know, I'm just like, oh God, it's so beautiful there, but could you really live with damp hair?
So they all smell like soggy stuffed animals, is what you're saying?
Yeah, with all that wool, they're gonna smell just like those stuffed animals hanging up in the carnival.
Yeah,
really good.
I would have thought if they were kind of like damp like that too, they'd have been harder to rip open too.
Oh, maybe.
Though it could have helped keep like the fiber down. Because otherwise, that's an asthma attack waiting to happen for me.
And that's everything's an asthma attack waiting for us.
I mean, this is true.
If you're anything past Gen Z, this is the part of the podcast that you totally tune out and don't relate to us. We're going to talk about like asthma attacks and.
Listen, I've had
and not having cell phones, walking around with pagers.
That's not an old person thing. That is my lifelong
Back in my
journey.
day, we had to walk uphill both ways to rip open that stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Back when I was at the castle.
But to be fair, one of us probably had a knife because kids carried around knives back then.
We could carry around blades.
Okay, legit, right here. Right, literally right next to me.
Somebody, one of the guys always had a pocket knife. Now it's like...
Whatever.
Anyway.
There's an interesting comment from David. If you could throw up the comment from Raddick, I think that's an interesting question.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. My bad.
It's okay. Rob went out so early in this challenge. Do you think maybe this was a challenge designed to give no one a natural physical advantage, so there was a really good chance Rob couldn't dominate it?
I mean,
when you throw in that element of chance, it takes out the physical advantage that Rob has and Natalie has.
But I would think that the not telling them at the beginning that because he seemed like
you got to get back and get your ass into a seat, or they're going to be.
There's no way he would have known that Rob was not going to be faster than everybody. So I bet you they thought that it would come down to Rob and one other person.
I think that I disagree. I think they know he might be faster, but you still have to find the right bear. Like they're going through the bears.
But if Natalie
if you can if he can rip open 10 to 12 bears to Tara's one,
right? He's gonna get it. Yeah. Because he could probably rip them open just as well as
I'm
that.
gonna
I still
just
think
go
this is better than carrying those damn stones up the hill for a dagger.
True. Yeah. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that when they were putting this game together, they weren't really considering the fact that someone like Rob or Natalie could rip these stuffed animals open better than someone like Maura or Tara. I don't think that even was a concept that they thought of. I wouldn't have realized that was a problem for me until I was out there with my old arthritis hands in the damp.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Jamie, at the end of the day, that's the Probst rule.
Oh yeah. Well,
if production
put a
listen,
dollar
fuck it up, they
dollar in the
will.
Probst jar. Dollar in the Probst jar.
jingle jingle jang.
He's gonna get his
But-
trip to Hollywood. Here he
Can we
is.
all agree the highlight of the for me, the highlight of the episode is we get to see Mara mad, and man, can she cuss great when she's like, Eric, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That was really great.
It was so great. It was so great. Like I thought, like her just dropping F-bombs and being mad, and
yeah, it was really good. yeah, Cyril and Rob asking Mark, like Rob kind of getting onto Mark in that moment. I did sort of like Mark was like, "Oh, excuse me."
Yeah, really?
What? What's the deal, dude? Like,
and Mark was just befuddled by it. He was like, okay.
And that clearly meant Rob can't be a traitor.
Absolutely.
Well, because clearly no traitor would ever complain.
Because no traitor would want more money.
Not only does it mean Rob's not a traitor, but it means clearly Mark must be the traitor.
Right, exactly.
That was the thing season 1 that they would say, like, oh, did this person, throw the event or throw the challenge because they don't want us to win money? What are you talking about? They get the money if you don't
want
win.
the money.
Yeah,
if they're going to win it, they want more money.
People kept saying that. Like, oh, they're trying to sabotage us. So that was the traitor's behavior.
Guys, that's the mole. You're thinking of the mole.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Also a British show originally, but
I think that this would be a good time for us to jump on over to some feedback, as we've covered fairly every aspect to this episode.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing we haven't covered.
Please do. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. And that is, like, did you all take note that the round table in this episode started 36 minutes in, which is super early.
And there was like 10 to 12 minutes of show after it ended.
Yes. This round table really got a lot of time to breathe. And I think the producers have found this angle of Tara's unsureness and her being on the precipice of getting Rob, and we see that play out at the last minute. She had it. She was right there and couldn't follow through. And so I noticed the time mark of that. And I want to say, like, before we finish up, I want to give huge props to Natalie. I thought she started the roundtable calm.
Yep.
I thought that she talked about Rob and how there'd been a shift in their relationship.
Prior to when she lost her poop?
Yes, but I think by the time she lost her poop,
basically guaranteed she was going home.
It's when she stepped out and followed everybody else's plan, and nobody else followed her out on the ledge with the plan they proposed to her. And
she had to be so mad at Tara.
Well, keep in mind, she said, and this is the thing, the ghost of Candace reappeared here. And again, that vote is brought up and it points out and it comes out, and then everybody just ignores it, and it's right there for a second. And the problem is when Natalie felt Tara back off, Tara got defensive that Natalie called her on it and called her out in front of everybody, which again is a terrible strategic thing, because in my opinion, that gave Rob the permission to use the dagger and no one look at him askance.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone cared if he
used
the dagger. They knew he had
it.
Why wouldn't you use it? Faithful or traitor, you would use it.
Sure.
So do you think this would have been better?
Confidently using it.
Do you think this would have been better if the amount of time they could have the dagger was shorter? Like maybe they had to use it in the next round.
I wasn't a fan of the dagger, and I felt like they gave it to him. So,
I think it just maybe had
the other faithfuls. Yeah, they did.
Well, no, I feel like production gave it to him.
I think it's sitting around for so many episodes kind of lost the magic the dagger could have brought or the drama it could have brought. maybe if you had to use it straight away or not use it, maybe that would have been a more effective story.
I think it's too powerful to have this late in the game. There should have been a time limit where you had to use it at some point earlier.
I think they wanted the time limit to be a round table where it could be the tiebreaker. So if you don't do it at 6, you'd have to do it at 8, maybe.
Kind of like an idol being used at 4 in Survivor.
That's a great rule. I like that rule, that you have the dagger, which means in the event of a tie, you can break a tie. That's it. Like, that would be a cool thing. So you have the power in a tie.
Now, Daryl Seymour throws up a comment. He says, in an interview, Mark said he wishes that Candace went harder at Rob, which hints to me that Rob is going to win, but we'll see. Fair.
I mean,
Candace is going to call these people 5 kinds of dumbass at the reunion.
Oh, can you imagine her watching these episodes at home?
She is so pissed.
Okay. Is the reunion coming out the same night as the last? Because
they just recorded the reunion last week, so there's lots of
I believe it comes right afterwards.
How Johnny and Tara could have been a part of it, so they think.
I think it goes. I think it maybe. I don't know. I'm assuming it will go into the slot that the podcast goes into immediately following.
Do you think? Okay,
Robin. Yeah, I'm assuming.
I didn't know if they were going to wait.
But you know what's interesting?
Roll it out again.
Is there's been a lot of speculation that they would zoom into that Tara and Johnny would zoom in because they're busy with the Olympics. Maybe they did it at the Olympics.
Oh,
like the reunion show is like at an Olympic venue.
Fun. Well, yes, why not?
Do you think that they'd send them all out to Milan? Why not?
That is my crackpot theory, and I'm sticking with it.
That's a good one. I hope they did that. They could spend some money. I mean, they were already in Scotland.
It's a little podcast homage there.
Can we give Natalie? Let's just pour one final drink out for Natalie at the way she shamed everyone on the way out the door. And when she said,
Johnny, that was just cold.
She said, "Don't fucking say it, Johnny. Don't say sorry. I don't want to hear it." She says, "I'm a player, and I just want y'all to know a player got played."
That may have been the saltiest exit.
Yes,
let's talk about salty exits in reality TV since Rupert went.
No, we did have
West.
We did have last year
when
West walked off.
We did have West.
The double bird salute. Yeah, that was fantastic.
F you all.
All you guys are number one in my heart.
That was the best. I love Wes. He needs to come back and do a lot more shows.
I agree.
But I feel like by her saying that, yes, very salty, and very. She has a reason to be. But when she says a player got played, that's clearly pointing the finger at Tara, no? Because it's going to come out that she said they were agreed to it. Like, she came to Natalie, told her theory. Natalie went, okay. They came in here. They were not a united front. And if Tara would have been able to explain maybe why, if she had said, listen, Natalie, you're doing a great job explaining all the things we spoke about today. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to let you do it. I completely agree with you. But I've been wrong before, and I don't want people, I don't want to.
Or even say, even if you're right, I'm afraid about the dagger. Rob, if you're truly a faithful, would you commit to not using the dagger?
Oh, yeah, that could have been a nice.
If you're really a faithful, prove it to me right now. Tell me you won't use the dagger. What about that as a move?
That would have been good. That actually, definitely. Brian, you should go on this show. They're casted.
I mean, I think that'd be a move.
But if Tara had been able to explain why she wasn't coming in there lifting Natalie up, then Natalie wouldn't have come at her and been like, what's the deal? And then, yeah. I mean,
I think both women were missing some key factors in their conversation and their defense. They both were standing in right corners. Honestly, from their points of view, you could 100% see why they're standing in the corners they're in. There was just like this little tiny 2-sentence bridge that had to be made, and they would have all been on the same page.
Yes.
Well, Jamie, I'm sorry I completely derailed the feedback there for a big chunk. But let's get back to the feedback. My bad.
No worries. This comes into play really nicely with our feedback that we have this week. We've got an email from Maggie. Hey,
and I'd just like to point out that feedback shaming, while not cool and probably won't be socially acceptable in 5
Still
years.
a dick
But right
move.
now,
Perhaps
it works.
effective.
It works.
Well, Maggie wrote to us whether by threat or by her own accord. It says, "Hi, Traitors. Man, Tara and Natalie had a chance to be epic, and they doubted themselves. I'm glad that they mentioned Candace's votes on Rob. That finally came out, but it wasn't really used. No one said, could it be a traitor on traitor? They just trust Rob. Moira, have you not realized the reason that you are still in the game is because Rob is protecting you? She did actually participate in the challenge and almost won. Good for her. Poor Tara after the vote. She is playing how would I do this? She is playing how I would in this game. I would be very bad at this game. I'm awful at werewolf. I have no poker face. This last murder is pretty epic in front of everyone. Is it going to be Moira? I feel like that is Rob's best move. Mark would be another good move. I honestly have no idea what is going to happen. Maggie of Faithful. Maggie, first of all, thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, thank you, Maggie.
And yeah, I
traitor
feel
on
like
traitor. Someone did
Moira-
say that.
Moira or Mark, right? I mean, I think either one of them would be a good move.
Mark's the call, though, because Moira's more manipulable.
Okay.
He can do what he wants.
He can control her vote more, yeah.
Yes. Mark could be swayed to Tara and Johnny. You cannot allow that.
Mara will never be swayed.
Mara will never sway to them.
If you are Boston Rob coded, there is no way Snake Rob leaves Johnny and Tara alone for anyone to talk to them, to talk to Mark. He makes sure he's on Mark 24/7.
That's why Mark's going home.
I think that's who they're going to
that
murder
won't even
right
be
now,
necessary.
Right?
Well, it's pretty hard.
Go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
I just say it's pretty hard to see with Mark. Where is he going to land for sure? I can see why that is risky because in 1 second I do have him for a number, but I can't be certain that he's going to land right next to me. I can, however, be certain of where Tara and Johnny are going to land. He knows they're coming after him. And he definitely knows that he can pull Moira and where Moira's going to land. He feels like he's solid with Eric. He knows where he's going to land. The most questionable person of what do you stand for, Burr, is going to be Mark.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the best option.
Daryl has a different take. He says you keep Moira and Mark, and he says that Hot Rob said he's going to split up the Skater twins.
That's not a bad move either.
Well, but the only thing is, I think there's so much sus on them. Why would you send those guys home?
I think you could effectively vote them out the next two.
Yeah.
Right. You vote them out the next two, and then you're sitting there with Eric and if Mark gets killed, you're Eric and Maura and Rob, and you go like, let's stop the game.
But if Johnny doesn't show up for breakfast, Johnny gets killed in front of all of them in this case. Tara's going to cry. Tara's going to have emotions. Are they going to be, is it sold as real, or are they going to start thinking, oh my God, she's faking this?
Dude, Tara is on the precipice. You take her security blanket away. You leave her isolated. And here's why. You and Eric are a twosome. Johnny and Tara are going to vote together no matter what. Then it's up in the air to the people in the middle. You take one of them out. You take out Johnny, because Tara will not do well without Johnny.
She won't. She won't.
But Daryl points out if Tara gets killed, it puts the sus on Johnny because they haven't found a male traitor yet.
Yeah, but they don't seem to care because no male's name was written down.
But
in
also,
his round table.
They think there are 2 traitors left.
By rule, there are 2 traitors left.
And so I think that it's easier to get Mark and Maura to believe that Johnny and Tara are those 2. Because there's no way one of them's a traitor and didn't recruit the other one after Candace went home, right?
Well, what's really interesting about this is that there's a really good chance that Rob and Eric have run through all of this.
Oh, 100%.
Who do they pick? But knowing all of this, that all the choices, the what ifs, it's so hard when they get down to this many. When you have a big group, it's not that big of a deal. It's more about messing with their heads than anything. What do you do when you're down? This is the last chance they have. This is the last chance they have until it's time to throw something in the fire.
All right, here's what I think, me personally. Okay, so this was the last round table where someone says who they were. So I think they kill Mark here.
So we're making predictions. So Christy's going.
These are
Mark.
my predictions. They kill Mark here. They're down to the 5. They go to the next vote. They get Eric and Rob and Maura vote for either Johnny or Tara.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe Tara.
So for banishment, you're saying banishment.
For banishment. She goes home. They go, we got a traitor. They were definitely a traitor. And they go, we got one more. Right. And then they do the next vote. Because what they say, if you think we need to do another vote, we do another vote. They take out the other Johnny or Tara. And then they look at each other and go, it's just 3 of them. It's Eric, Howard, and Rob and Maura. Rob is going to want to share that. Oh no,
that's when they throw Eric out as a traitor. Maura thinks she and Rob is one, and then you have the great reveal.
But how would they know Eric's a traitor?
It doesn't matter. Rob knows, so he just tells Maura to vote him out.
Johnny, the final words of this episode was Johnny saying, "I know who the traitors are. It's Eric." And
Rob.
Correct. Do you think that Rob intends to backstab Eric like that?
I think in the final 3 it would be irresistible because Maura will never leave you.
I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna do it because I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think he's gonna.
Daryl says they don't know for sure if there's 1 or 2. I think by rule at this point there must be 2.
Because they would have.
I think that there's a better chance.
Alan said that.
Okay, so we keep saying, is Rob gonna backstab Eric? Why can't Eric be the one who backstabs Rob?
Okay.
I know what we're looking at the cute K-pop guy, but
that would be like
he couldn't even speak at the round table.
Okay. If Eric pulled that off,
he's been a traitor. He has not said a word at the round table.
Well, you know me and an underdog, Christy. I gotta put it out there.
I know. Technically, you're right. It could work, but I just don't know how he comes in there and eloquently
if Eric were to
gives
pull
his
it off,
Emancipation Proclamation right there, and Rob goes out the door. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'd be convinced the man is like a covert member of like the Yakuza or something, because that would be an incredible move.
Okay, but if
it could never happen, but
I mean, Eric, I know, I get it. I know it ain't going to happen, but like, let's fan fiction this for just a hot minute, okay?
What have we been doing for the last 5 minutes?
Eric goes to Maura. Hey, Maura, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Rob is the traitor.
She goes and tells him.
She'll go tell Rob.
Yes, and Maura goes, Eric, I like your music, but I really want to sleep with Rob, so I'm going to go tell him what you said.
He's just too handsome.
Okay. Every episode, there's the moment where Brian reveals why he is the world's greatest podcaster. It just happened.
Like, I'm sorry, like, it's just not happening. Like, if Maura is with Rob, the only way they get crossways is if he does something completely out of character and makes her mad. Like in the next thing, and she's like
kisses Eric right on the mouth.
Well, yeah.
Oh, let's do that. That sounds fun. I will tune in.
No. If Rob kissed Eric right on the mouth, Tara would be like threesome, or more would be like three. Fine.
Okay, so
okay.
Would it be three of us, David? Would it be three of us?
Three of us. The three of us.
You're killing me tonight, Brian.
But yes, in the end, you know what? You're right. If he is able to do my prediction and he double crosses Eric and takes Eric out, and it's just him and Maura, and he wins all the money and gets the girl, greatest traitor ever, right?
Hey, okay, here's my prediction. Are you ready?
Superstar.
Are you ready? I've thought this through.
Prediction. All right.
Eric and Rob win together because Rob's whole strategy is to play as the most faithful traitor to ever play the game.
That's why I don't see him
and
cutting
a faithful traitor keeps Eric and they win together. And
Split
he
the money.
modifies the game to play as faithful traitors, and that's the way it ends for sure. The question will be when Mora questions him about Eric. If that's going to happen, and that's what he's going to do, I do wonder if he's going to take her out, and that's who's going to be murdered outside. Because if you take her out, that takes all the sus off you because she's your number 2.
That is true. I just
Like,
don't know.
and he looks like there's no way
Mark
he would want
accomplishes that anyway because everyone perceives Mark as being
them
with
as
him.
yeah.
So either one of them.
Well, I mean, they
that.
did until the whole carousel of the situation, and then Rob got big mean mad at Mark, and he was like, "What?
Okay, there's definitely a joke in this comment somewhere.
It's a shame." At the end of the episode, everyone is sus on Eric. So if Eric becomes a sinking ship, Rob isn't going to go down with him. All right.
Christy has left the chat for a second.
Well, I mean, we're getting lengthy here, but sorry.
That's what she said.
That's what you beat me to it. Damn, that was a good one.
I'm just saying.
Well, before we have to get out of here because we are
was
running.
That all our feedback?
Running a little long. Yes, this was our feedback.
Not
well, we had some TikTok feedback where
feedback
where they said
TikTok feedback.
TikTok feedback.
Wait, no, is it? How would Mora say that?
How would Mora say it, Brad?
She would say, and now we're going to go to our TikTok feedback. No, that was terrible. That was like, I don't know where that came from.
And it wasn't good.
That was not good.
Do it again.
That's the beauty of live podcasting.
Yes.
Come on, you can nut it. I know. Just we'll give you one more take, Brad.
Now I'm on the spot, okay? You're making me, I'm going to be like Eric if you keep on.
She's going to go. She's going to go. Come on, now you got to embody like a chicken with your TikTok feedback.
It's
on
the TikTok feedback.
On TikTok, we did get our prediction video where we all predicted, and Brian would have predicted had he been physically able. We had all predicted Kristen to go home. There were 2 or 3 comments that said Natalie's going. So in the face to all of you, we love that you're listening, but you were wrong.
Yeah, David doesn't get much happier than when he gets to nana boo boo things. So
you should have been around when I picked the winner of Big Brother.
I am curious to their reasoning of why he was gonna kill. He was gonna kill Natalie. You know what I mean?
For all the reasons. He just why not? For all the reasons she was banished. Because she's on to him.
I tend to agree with Daryl Seymour.
I do too. And when Rob takes his crown,
feeding Audrey 3 at this moment instead of
when Rob takes his crown, we can now say that the king of Rob's, at least in Traitors verse, doesn't come from a northeastern town and doesn't carry a certain twinkle for Christy. So
that's true.
Well, they both carry Christy's twinkle, though, don't they?
I mean, there's one that's. I don't know.
And we're back.
There's one, and he gets every podcast job in the world, and he's on everything.
There's one, and he can't be here tonight because he's parking the car in the Harvard yard. Poured himself a glass of vodka.
Or hanging out with Dylan Efron, he's playing a pretty good game.
He's actually playing a really great game right now.
But and they've been like doing there's been a lot of activity with Dylan and Rob and Amber. They did a Valentine's thing. They did there's been a lot of Rob on TV. Anyway. Always. And every time I think, I hope Brian doesn't see this.
Oh, there he is again. Brian will be so pleased.
I know. I'm like, oh gosh.
We just join the cult, Brian. It's just easier.
It's fine.
It's just easier at this point. So okay, now before we dip out for the night, there's a little game that we have to play, even if it's going to be short this evening. And we got a real quick session here to play of Murder, Banish, Shield.
Yeah.
We really technically only have 2 evolutions tonight, like two outfits per
Yeah,
se.
the Pokemon only evolved once.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a pattern. Like whenever he has to show up in his like mystery outfit, you know, like when he has to make an appearance at the turret or something.
Yeah,
like it gets counted. Yeah. So the first wardrobe we had in the morning at breakfast, I am naming the Silver Fox. It had a little silk blouse. I love a sash.
In a green.
It was
kind of a green, right?
It was kind of an organza, actually.
Yeah.
I think kind
Mint
of like
green.
a sheer.
Mint green.
Was it? It was kind of more of a seafoam, actually. I think, or like a
The little
pistachio.
Yeah.
And the
seafoam.
pants had like Harlequin. Like
Yeah, they did.
they were like yeah, the little, what do you call that? Is that?
I don't know,
It's
but
not
I do
checked,
know
but it's not Argyle. It's
The
but,
sewing
you know, like,
term. The sewing term for that is pretty cool.
it might not be a fact, but I bet it's a fact that whenever he was walking around the round table in those pants, he was going swish, swish, swish.
he was doing it.
He was actually
and the sound.
saying
He was actually saying it every time he took a step.
And then on the sleeves, where the sleeves were sheer, it was like rhinestone lines. Like the lines were like
'Cause-
mimicked his pants, but they were like lines of like.
I mean, would it be season 3
sequins or
without there being
Yeah.
rhinestones?
The
No.
only thing with that outfit, the outfit itself, I thought was fine. Did you see the shoes? They did not match.
The shoes were a weird choice. They were
I
like
don't. Maybe they
related to
looked-
Crocs or something. They were strange.
Well, I wonder if in person it was one of those situations where in person it looked like it matched, but sometimes on camera with lighting, sometimes colors cannot be true. And I wonder if that's a situation.
I
So
just think it might have
Alan-
been a bad choice from start to
Alan?
finish
Well,
with the
yeah.
shoes.
He knew he was going to be outside, and it was damp. He had to wear his
It was a damp day, as the stuffed animals did tell us.
combat boot looking Crocs or whatever they were. They did kind
They
of
look
have
like
a
they might have been like
rugged Croc.
3D printed shoes.
Yeah, they were very odd.
Strange.
But next year, Alan, just maybe like test run your outfits on camera lighting.
At least the
first.
shoes.
Well,
At least the shoes. So I'm going to say that's a banish on the shoes, but like the outfit itself. What do you think?
That's a shield for me.
Shield? Okay.
Yes.
David?
I thought he murdered it. I would, but I didn't really fixate on the shoes, or I might feel entirely differently. I didn't even know.
I feel like if you were to go rewind it, you.
Well, now I
might
won't
change
miss
your
it.
mind.
Now it'd be like all I'd see. But
That's true.
But
They are
my
very
impression at the
bright.
time was it really made up for the couch thing a couple weeks ago.
See, and I
All right.
liked that one.
I did
Okay,
too.
Whatever.
All right, Brian, what say you?
Well, players, I'm going to say the outfit was murdered.
Really?
Yes. All right. Okay.
All right, the
All right,
boys
now-
are feeling the fabulous outfit this week more than the ladies.
Now,
That looked like a fabulous lunch brunch outfit. It looked fabulous.
It was
did-
not. He needs
know,
more
it-
accessories.
we're about to step into one of the strangest evolutions our outfits have made. And every girl wants to look pretty for her date at the carnival. And so our outfit
Were they
has
the
evolved.
snake charmer? Was he trying to be a snake charmer?
I'm not entirely sure what was
There
going
a
on,
snake
but
on
I
his
have
head, and it was like, stop
I have
flirting
a-
with Rob so much, Alan. Gosh.
I have named this outfit the Bad Habit. It looked a bit like a nun with a tentacle across the top of his head, or a snake, if you will. I'm not sure. I fully embrace the strange gown.
I was
of
not.
the
I was
skull.
not a. I was not a fan of that. The outside, the additions that he made. I mean, he
You know what
coulda
it's
had-
like, Christy? Christy, you know what this is like? You're gonna know. I mean, like David might too. You know when you're like a kid and you're like cleaning your room, and then you find like your like nightgown or your long t-shirt, and you're just cleaning stuff. So you take it and you put it on your head and you pretend you have like really long, amazing hair. Right? Like, is that what this was? Is he just
Okay, the
living
fact that I
dream?
understood that is really messed up.
that Jamie. It might have been. I didn't like this one. This would have been the one I would have banished because I'm just like, no, I'm here for all the camp. I'm here for all the this one was like, and I think the little headband thingy, maybe with a different outfit could have worked. But I don't know. No, I didn't like this evolution. Banish it.
And you know what? Like, Alan does have it. He has a history of wearing, not just on Traitors, as some will see if they watch my recommendation that I sent to them via text message 3 days ago. Alan looks mighty fine with a kilt around his neck. So he can wear clothing in weird places, and it works. But this was just a step beyond his
and he missed the obvious choice on this one for accessory. There's Lala again, but he doesn't pick her up.
Lala.
He could have sat there with Lala, but no,
as one should when they have a Lala.
I mean, she's getting wet down there on the ground.
She's damp. They could have.
She's damp, just like the stuffed animals.
It could have been a terrible ending of Lala.
Maybe
at night they're like, Lala, you smell like a
wet dog smell.
Oh, sweet.
The weather ruined it for
she
him.
Would never. She is a princess among queens.
I think we all agree, Cleos, that we're going to banish this outfit.
You didn't like it either. Okay.
Oh, I hated it. I didn't like. I thought, like, with all the colorful stuff of the carnival and what was going on, I didn't like it.
Excuse me, wardrobe department. Why the hell do you have a carnival and you don't put that sassy ass hot man in a top hat? Excuse me?
Okay, he could have done a super.
He could have done a whole greatest show thing, like the whole, the whole
entrance. He could have done a remaster. I think he could have done a super cool. It could have been alluded to at breakfast. He could have been an amazing, like, Harlequin clown. That would have been really cool too.
Or even like an evil leprechaun or something with that shade of green, like you're here to get the gold. Like,
why not?
I know this is Scotland. Don't at me.
I know this is Scotland. Like the white face with the little, heart-shaped lips, and I think it'd have been fun.
The Queen of Hearts.
Welcome to my carnival. I don't know.
Just something. It wasn't it, guys. You are fantastic. This one wasn't it.
Do you remember last year? I just had a flashback of clowns. Do you remember last year when they had to run through those doors and there was a clown there to scare them every time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. The clowns aren't with us right now.
You were terrified at that.
I did like that one at all.
But
that one was.
I love that one because that was another one where you had strategy. You had to figure out where other people went, and they could tell you or help you or not. And I'm all about the strategy.
I have to tell you with the outfit, though, I mean, I'm inclined to shield it only because it didn't look like a dirty grandma couch.
Wow.
It looked like a dirty grandma couch to me. It looked like the curtain that hangs behind it.
Right. But I just, I don't know. It was. He was
gross. Like, I wore the couch already, but let me do these.
At the end of the day, I came down with the rest of you to banish the outfit.
Okay, all right.
It was hard. I wanted to shield it, but
this was Granny threw something together to go get her cools at the convenience store Sunday morning at like 9:30 a.m. before she heads to church. Yes. Okay, that's what this outfit was.
I'm just saying that the one I banished before 2 episodes ago, I banished with prejudice. This one I banished without.
This one could be fixed, but it was fatally flawed.
He's getting to the point of the journey where his trunk, he's worn almost everything. He's only got a couple little bits and bobs down there.
He's getting down to the moth-eaten rag from the estate sale.
Producer is calling, going, "There's no money left."
Alan is slipping a note and saying,
"Again, we're going to kill you."
Murdered Johnny. I can borrow some of his clothes.
Yeah, he's getting upstaged by Johnny.
Did you see when he walked in that mint green? Did you see Johnny's face?
Yeah.
And it wasn't because he thought Alan looked fabulous. He wanted the outfit. You could
just tell.
You bet.
He was like, I gotta find out where he got that.
Yeah.
I need.
What's that? Where you take the picture? And
Johnny likes the blouse and pants. Right? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his look.
Or at least the look he likes. We have one more episode where we're going to get to murder, banish, or kill our wardrobe. So anybody who's listening, you know what, you want to do feedback, send in your feedback at tallythefeedback@yahoo.com, and you can tell us what you think while you're watching it. You can also go to Facebook.
Wait. I want to point out
that.
Everyone's feedback on Tally the Feedback is optional except for Maggie's, where it is mandatory. I want to be clear on this point.
Sorry, I wanted to. Yeah, we need to clear up the contract here. And next week we're gonna get a new winner, likely a few losers, but don't be too sad.
And a new night.
My little band of merry losers are gonna be busy. So following this season of Traitors, we are going to start our coverage of Survivor Australia. That's going to start on Tuesday. And then our finale is going to happen live on Saturday evening. So be ready for that.
Wait, we're doing here next week. We're doing this show on Saturday night, Jamie?
On Saturday night.
Yes.
Wow. I know.
Doing a Saturday party live from Branson, Missouri. The champagne.
What time is that going to be at?
Of theme parks.
What time yet?
9:30 Eastern.
Oh, look at that, guys!
Okay,
on a Saturday night, we can hang out.
Yeah, so just be here and give us your thoughts on the season
and
the reunion.
And the reunion. So yeah, bring a cocktail or something. We'll sit around. We can chat. We can dish. We can talk about all the.
Bring a fancy hat. If you have a fancy hat, post a picture of it on our Facebook.
I mean, I think there's going to be, based on the rumors out there, there's going to be a very spicy reunion.
I'm kind of more excited about that. I don't give
a
rip who's going to win
Natalie
anymore.
versus Tara, Rob versus possibly Maura, and definitely Candace.
Ron and Dorinda, yo.
Ron and Dorinda.
I'm fairly certain that we can make a drinking game out of this, because we could use we can do a drinking game, drink responsibly. Over, every time Rob rolls his eyes, I think we're going to get a lot of
be at the reunion.
Yeah,
Michael Rappaport will be.
He's just shoveling food off of the plate down his throat.
He'll be there.
And will the lady who's married to Harry Hamlin be there? Will we hear Harry Hamlin?
I don't know. Maybe.
Isn't that Lisa Rinna, Harry Hamlin's wife?
Yes. Did you know I was married to Harry Hamlin?
Is she Mrs. Harry Hamlin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady. She's definitely going to be there.
I hope everybody comes back, and I really hope. I cannot wait to see everyone's reaction when they find out about it.
Okay, here's my prediction for the finale. I'll shut up.
Okay.
We're going to learn Harry Hamlin's going to be there. Lisa Rinna is going to pull Harry out of the crowd, and Alan's going to confess that's how he named his dog after Harry's show, Lala.
It all circles around that.
And Harry's going to say it's L.A. Law, Alan, and he's going to say no, Law. That's where Alan got the dog's name. Was Harry's show.
I love that show. He watched it to get ready for the Good Wife.
The Lala.
Whatever that.
Lala.
Okay, as ridiculous as this is, if you have enjoyed listening to us and you would like to listen to us via the podcast, just head over to wherever you listen to your favorite podcast and find us at the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada feed. We would like to thank our Patreons who participate at a certain level, who are Eckhart Rickner, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to become a Patreon, then go to patreon.com/JNJack. So we've just got a couple more days. We're going to round it out on Saturday. We'll be here. So until next week, may you all be safe. Do what you can to help a stranger. Do not get your wardrobe from an estate sale. And then we'll see you soon. So that's it. Bye.
Hey, mates.
Wrong music ever.
What?
Welcome to the castle.